with Ryan Fodor, quarterback of the Bulldogs, and coming off a big win against Dartmouth. And that was an interesting game. There were some wacky plays. And just talk about what the win meant to you.
Yeah, there were. I mean, I think the win was huge for us, obviously. Get that first win in the league out of the way. Going 0-2 in the league is near impossible to recover from, especially with the harder part of our schedule coming up the second half. So I think that first league win was good for us, gives us a little confidence, and to run the football like we did and make some big plays on the field when we needed to. I thought it was big for us also just in terms of a confidence standpoint, just to get our offense kind of clicking and working together. And, again, our defense played near shutout football again for another week, for 4 quarters. And Paul had one of the best plays I've ever seen playing here with that interception late. But, again, I think it was a good team effort all around. Played pretty well on the special teams again, too. And it was just a good win to build on and to just continue and give us a little momentum coming into this weekend.
After sharing time with Brooke Hart in the first 2 weeks of the season, you were emerged as the sole starter in week 3, and then this week on the first drive you get that hard hit, and then you're ready to go back in and you're watching him lead the team down the field. How did that feel to watch him do that?
I understand the situation. I understand that the week previous I played the whole game and we won in overtime. I don't think coach should be that quick to keep me on the sidelines. With that, he was moving the ball, and if the team's moving the ball and we're going down the field and we're about to score, there's no reason to make a change there. If it's not broke, there's no reason to really fix it. So I let that drive play out. I knew I was going to go back in the game. I just got stricken up a little bit. I thought I was going to be out for one play, and they had me talk to the physician on the sideline for a little bit.
That's what the score was.
Yeah, give me all the basic questions. I got them all right though, so I was good. So I got to go back in. But yeah, it was good. I'm happy for him. Brooke and I are good friends, so I like to help. I help him out as much as I can, and he tells me when he sees things also. So we have a very good relationship. So there was no real worry that I wasn't going to get to lose my job or anything like that, or there's no jealousy of him going down the field and scoring a touchdown. There's nothing like that. So we came down first drive of the game and scored a touchdown. So that's what you want every time you go out there, and I thought that was a good start for us.
I was going to think to the contrary. You probably had to just be very proud that you're the senior and he's sophomore doing that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hurt when you have. I don't know if I would have had the confidence to do that as a sophomore. Go down there and come in the first series of the game and go down and score a touchdown, throw a touchdown. So yeah, that was definitely huge for us, and that was big for when I came back in. It's always nicer playing with the lead than from behind. So I thought Bobby had that big play in the end zone on their first drive, and then we come down and score a touchdown. So it's not a much better way to start a game.
Now, you've been around football for a long time, heavily involved in it. Have you ever been involved in a play like the one with you, Patrick said, and Reed Lathan that ended up in 6?
No, I've thrown a few balls up that have had some amazing catches on the other end, but nothing quite like that one. That was pretty cool. Reed came on a bootleg left, was on the backside, and came on a backside post about 40 yards across the field, and caught that ball on a tip on a dead sprint. And just, plays like that win games for you. And effort like that out of everybody is huge for us. And I think that was a huge play in the game. Got us up two scores and, got us a little bit more comfortable lead going into half. And that was a good spark for us, too, offensively.
How active a role do you take with working with the receivers during the week in practice and being on the same page with the receivers?
Oh, we talk a lot. It's very important that we're on the same page at all times. We need to be thinking the same things, and it needs to get to a point where, like I say, sometimes you just close your eyes and you throw it and you know he's going to be there. And I think we're getting some of that continuity with our group here. I think, and also in a lot of the check with me situations, I try to make sure that they understand why I call a certain play, and they understand who I'm trying to throw to or who I'm trying to feature in a play if coach gives me the opportunity to call a play out of the shotgun or something like that. So as long as we continue to keep familiarizing ourselves with each other and being on the same page and reading from the same book, I think we're going to be fine and just going to keep continuing our success in the passing game.
Played your high school ball up at Madison, just up the road from Yale and the bowl, and led to a state championship your senior year. What's it like now to have just take your game down the road a few miles and play in front of the crowd in the bowl on Saturdays? You must have a lot of familiar faces in the stands.
Yeah, no, home games are a lot of fun. A lot of people come. A lot of my friends come home from school for the weekend to try to catch a game or two. The families constantly wants to come, and it's cool. It's nice being local because you have that support system kind of already built in a little bit. Everyone kind of knows you around here as it is just from, if they follow high school football or what have you. But yeah, it's definitely pretty sweet being able to be that close to home. Parents come to every game, and my little brother gets to come down and watch all the games and stuff like that too. So it's definitely enjoyable for sure.
We like to talk about it. There's 35 seniors on this team. What's it like to be one of the more prominent ones? And talk about your class for a little bit. And it's been quite the Yale football experience that you've had here as a class.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, I think we knew we had a pretty special class when we came in together. A lot of kids came from programs with a history of winning, and we just, we came in our first year, we were 4-6 as freshmen. That was kind of a shock to a lot of kids' systems, and we kind of, made not a pact, but we kind of looked at each other and said, like, listen, this isn't going to happen again. And since then, we've kind of tried to change the attitude a little bit into more of a winning attitude. I mean, obviously, it's not just our class. I think had a lot to do with Chandler when he was our captain our sophomore year. But a lot of sophomores played that year, and we won a championship. And I think that winning attitude's kind of carried over, and I think that's something special. And I think that you need that kind of instinct and that will to want to win every game. And if kids are a little indifferent about it, you're going to be 4-6 or 5-5. And I think we also understand that in order to win a lot of games and be successful, we all have to get along. There was a little bit of a division, I guess, when we got here between there's little cliques and everything like that. And our group's really tight, and we're all friends. We all get along for the most part. And I think it's just a really special group.
All right, Ryan. Well, thank you very much, and good luck against Fordham.
Thanks, Ron.
It's Ryan Fodor, quarterback of the Bulldogs.